Many liberals would take issue with the way that I've divided things up. In particular, I'd like to focus on liberalism and economic freedom. The approach that I gave said that liberals are relatively prone to put limits on economic freedom. But a lot of people that would classify themselves as liberals would say that's not accurate. They are in favor of economic freedom, but they have a different understanding of what it means to have economic freedom. For example, there was someone in the 19th century in France that said, "What is libertarianism? It means the right to sleep under the bridges in Paris at night." Basically, what he was saying is, if you're born in a situation in which your parents have no money, and there's no public schools, and there's no other provisions to give you opportunities, it's meaningless to talk about you're having economic freedom. You don't have anything to have economic freedom with. Here's another example. I talked to a friend who grew up in a small town in Texas. He said, we didn't really have a choice of occupation. It was starve or work at the one factory in town. So a lot of people that would classify themselves as liberals will say, well, look, it's not that we're against economic freedom. It's just we're against one group of people having all the economic freedom and being able to dictate whatever terms they want to everyone else. If there's no minimum wage, if there's no public schools, etc., then many people will be trapped. They won't have any real economic choices. When a person has one line of occupation available to them without leaving their hometown, and there's no minimum wage, you can't say that they freely accepted the minimum wage. Right? No one was holding a gun to their head and forcing them to do it. But the costs of any other economic choices just weren't available, or the costs were more than we could expect a person to pay. So in that sense, it's inaccurate to portray, or at least from a liberal perspective, it's inaccurate to portray the issue as one of being for or against economic freedom. There's different understandings of what it means to be free in the economic sphere.